When it comes to making a bold statement in the garden or in bouquets, dahlias are hard to beat. With their variety of forms, colors, and sizes, they offer something for everyone, both home gardeners and flower farmers alike. Whether you want structured blooms for bouquets or dramatic flowers to brighten your garden beds, you can be certain that there's a dahlia for the job. Now, just like I did with the annual varieties of flowers we grow, which I shared about in this video here, this past year, I also spent a good chunk of our summer growing season trying to properly document each and every dahlia variety that was growing in our field. It was a big undertaking, and truth be told, I missed capturing photographs of a few varieties, but it really helped me to get up close and personal with the dahlias that we were growing so that I can confidently share our thoughts on them. And that's exactly what I plan to do in this video. I'm sharing our most loved dahlia varieties this year to hopefully give you some inspiration of what you can include in your garden come next season. So if you're ready, let's get to it. Now, before we dive in, I know that not everyone is a fan of dahlias, and I get it. Compared to warm season tender annuals, dahlias can require more time, effort, and investment. But despite that, we still can't help but love dahlias. For one, dahlias thrive in our Michigan climate. Our growing conditions allow them to flourish, making them a reliable and rewarding crop for us. What's more, their later blooming window, it helps create a natural succession in our warm season crop plan. You see, dahlias, even though they're planted at the same time as our earliest succession of tender annuals, well, they bloom much later in the season. As summer flowers begin to fade, dahlias step in, providing us with abundant blooms well into fall. And most importantly, well, our customers love them. In fact, at our U-Pick Flower Farm, we've noticed that many customers wait until dahlia season is in full swing before making their trip. Proof that these stunning blooms have a dedicated fan base. Now, one last thing before we jump right into it. I do want to share that in a quote-unquote normal year, our dahlia field doesn't normally have so much variety. You see, in my early years, I used to seek out lots of different dahlia varieties, planting just 3 or 4 tubers of each so that we could have a field filled with novelty and lots of distinct blooms. Nowadays, I much prefer to plant fewer varieties but in larger quantities, more like 40 to 60 tubers per variety. I find that in doing so, it streamlines our work and it makes creating straight bunches or using the same varieties in all of our market bouquets much easier to do. That said, this past year, I did have a friend who was pregnant with her second child. She was due during peak dahlia season, and she just knew that she wasn't going to have the energy or the bandwidth to tend to her dahlias. And so she generously gifted me a lot of different varieties of tubers last spring, which we planted into our garden, in which gave me more opportunity than I normally have to test out different dahlia varieties. And I say this just because I don't want you to feel like you have to grow all the same varieties of dahlias that we do. Dahlias certainly can be addicting, but growing a few well-loved varieties, in my opinion, it can give you as much joy as filling your garden with lots of unique treasures. So without further ado, let's start with ball dahlias. Ball dahlias are known for their tight, round blooms with perfectly symmetrical petals. They are small and structured, making them a favorite for florists and gardeners who love neat, long-lasting flowers. I find ball-shaped dahlias to not only be weather resistant, meaning they perform well in adverse weather conditions, which is great if you grow in an open field like me, but their blooms are very versatile, working great in mixed bouquets as well as in straight bunches. Some of my favorites in this category include Genova. This variety features soft lavender blooms with a perfectly rounded shape. The pastel hues are ideal for adding elegance to any bouquet. Such a prolific bloomer, this dahlia is one of the first to bloom in our field and produces a bumper crop of blooms on long, strong stems all the way till frost. As a grower, I especially love the shorter stature of this plant, which makes it more manageable in the garden. Cornell Bronze, a stunning variety known for its rich coppery bronze petals. Its earthy and warm undertones make it a popular choice for fall bouquets and garden displays. A strong performer in our field, this variety bloomed abundantly on tall, sturdy stems. Joey Paula. Now this was an unexpected favorite. Blooms of this dahlia showcase a beautiful gradient of peachy orange hues that lightly blend to a more yellow center. A vigorous, productive, and strong dahlia that blooms atop long stems. Ivanetti. Rich burgundy blooms with a cool bluish undertone. Its intense color and perfectly rounded shape add plenty of drama in bouquets. A reliable bloomer that I enjoy growing each year. Marn or Sylvia. A lively dahlia variety featuring striking tangerine orange petals that bring a burst of energy to any garden or arrangement. Perfect for fall arrangements, this dahlia looks great on its own or mixed with a wide range of colors. I especially love pairing Marn with deep burgundy blooms, such as Natal, which I'll mention later in this video, for that perfect autumn vibe. Plants of this variety grow quite large, requiring support throughout the growing season, but definitely worth it as they produce an abundance of blooms. Brown sugar. These beautiful reddish-orange blooms are the quintessential fall flower. Blooms have an almost bronze hue to them, making them great for fall color palettes. A definite favorite among our customers. Pink Sylvia. This one is perfect for anyone looking to add a splash of color and fun to their flower arrangements or landscape. This vivid pop of bubblegum pink grows upright on long, strong stems, making it easy to work into mixed bouquets. So pom-pom dahlias are smaller than ball dahlias, but share the same neat round shape. These tiny blooms add a playful touch to floral arrangements. Not only do they work well in mixed bouquets, they also are fun to include in more personal wedding work. Think floral crowns and corsages. I'm a big fan of pom-pom dahlias. I think their small size makes them a versatile flower. While we'll definitely be growing more from this class in the coming season, here's what I'm loving right now. Natal. A captivating dahlia with dark maroon blooms. This variety is a workhorse in our garden, producing an ample supply of blooms from midsummer all the way till frost. Reliable and consistent, this variety is one of my absolute favorites. Ferncliff Spice. Golden yellow blooms with a burgundy eye. The unique coloring on this dahlia makes it an excellent bridge between brighter summer blooms and more moody fall tones. A dependable dahlia, this variety seems to produce more and more as the season goes on. So decorative dahlias, they feature broad, layered petals that give them a lush and full appearance. These elegant dahlias work well as statement blooms, both in the garden or in arrangements. Specifically, formal decorative varieties are dahlias that have uniform, neatly arranged petals that are evenly layered. Each petal is similar in shape, size, and positioning, giving the bloom a balanced and symmetrical look. For me, while I appreciate the usefulness of ball-shaped dahlias, I find myself naturally drawn to the more decorative varieties. It's no wonder that the bulk of what we've grown over the years in our dahlia patch, well, it fits into this category. Let's start with Sweet Natalie. Soft and romantic, Sweet Natalie blooms in the most beautiful shades of pale blush and buff cream. While similar in color to Cafe au Lait, I find the smaller, more rounded blooms of Sweet Natalie easier to work into mixed bouquets and small-scale arrangements. This dahlia variety exudes a romantic vintage feel, and with its subtle pastel colors and rounded shape, it's a perfect dahlia for creating timeless, sophisticated bouquets. In my opinion, this variety works especially well for wedding work as well as selling to florists. Esley. A charming pop of pink, this dahlia blooms abundantly all summer long. Reminiscent of Lark's Ebb, Esley has beautiful pink petals mixed with bright yellow undertones that collect at the flower center. I will say, its shorter stature makes this variety easy to manage in the garden. While the plant itself is not overly tall, it still throws plenty of long, strong stems that can be used all season long. Arabian Night. A strikingly rich, velvety maroon colored dahlia that brings depth and drama to any floral arrangement. With its intense color and plush texture, this dahlia adds sophistication and contrast to the garden. Whether used in a bouquet or left to bloom outside, this variety is perfect for making a bold statement. Diva. This dahlia lives up to its name, with vibrant magenta petals and a large show-stopping form. Standing out with its richly saturated purple hue, this upward-facing dahlia is a true workhorse, providing a continuous splash of color all season long. Perfect for cutting, the long, strong stems of this variety look great in mixed arrangements as well as on their own. Deputy Bob. Beautiful red-orange blooms exude energy in the garden. This dahlia variety was an unexpected favorite of mine this year. With its bright color and beautiful form, this dahlia is truly versatile, working well as a bright pop of color in summer arrangements and pairing perfectly with autumn hues and more fall-themed bouquets. Beyond its visual appeal, Deputy Bob is a prolific bloomer, ensuring a continuous display of color throughout the growing season. Its sturdy stems make it an excellent choice for cut flowers. Golden Scepter. A small dahlia with big impact. Golden Scepter, as its name implies, is a cheerful hue of golden yellow. Its small, compact size, paired with its buttery warmth, makes it great for use in mixed bouquets. Another great variety that works well both as a cheery pop of color in late summer bouquets or as a beautiful contrast to the rich purples of early autumn. Skipley Spot of Gold. A stunning addition to our garden this year, Skipley Spot of Gold is a gorgeous lavender pink dahlia with golden yellow dusted tips. Now, in full disclosure, I do feel as though I've done this dahlia a bit of injustice for not adequately capturing its true beauty on camera. But this dahlia was so popular among our customers that there was hardly ever any left in our field to use in pictures. So take it from me, this is an eye-capturing dahlia that is a definite must grow. Country Sweetheart. A captivating shade of warm yellow with slight hints of orange, this dahlia produces 3-inch flowers with beautifully curved, pointed petals that reflex toward the stem, creating a charming and elegant appearance. Ferncliff Copper. Soft copper-orange petals tinged with hints of gold and yellow connect to a beautifully dark raspberry center. The blooms of this dahlia are truly stunning and often remind me of a warm, sunset-inspired palette. Flowers are large, they reach up to about 4.5 inches in diameter. With its beautifully layered petals, it adds both a richness and fullness to floral arrangements. Blizzard. I'll admit, I don't grow many white dahlias. For whatever reason, bugs and pests seem especially attracted to the lighter colors in our field. Plus, I found that white petals often don't stand a chance in adverse weather, as they're more easily bruised and damaged. But Blizzard seems to be the exception to the rule. This dahlia with its pristine white color and soft layered petals is a standout for wedding events and any arrangement needing a touch of softness. A reliable producer, this variety will kick out flowers on long, sturdy stems from midsummer all the way up till frost. It's a classic beauty and definitely worth growing, even if you despise white dahlias like I do. Rob Ann Creamsicle. I love a fun novelty bloom, and the creamsicle colors of this dahlia make it especially unique and eye-catching. Aptly named, the warm orange petals of this variety transition to a faint pink at the tips. The colors, they work in tandem to produce a sweet, summery glow, the perfect homage to the classic summer treat. So as you can likely already infer from this video, formal decorative dahlias are perfect when you're aiming for a structured, more polished look. But some instances, they warrant a casual, more relaxed feel, and that's where informal decorative dahlias come in. You see, informal decorative dahlias have less uniform. They're more varied with their petals. The petals may be slightly curved, twisted, or have varying sizes and lengths, all of which help create a more relaxed appearance. Overall, these blooms have a looser, less symmetrical shape, which adds a sense of movement and texture to the flower. Now, some of my favorite examples of informal decorative dahlias include Bahama Mama. Known for its tropical-inspired blend of coral, pink, and orange hues that evoke the warm, vibrant colors of an island sunset, this dahlia evokes a unique sense of exotic flair to garden arrangements. Petals twirl at their ends, adding movement to an already dazzling form. Orange and Snow. A striking bicolor dahlia with vibrant orange petals accented by bright white edges. It's a bold and high contrast color combo that's reminiscent of candy corn. While not the most consistent performing dahlia in our patch, blooms would often alternate between being a more expected white and orange and being more fully orange. Still, the uniqueness of this dahlia caught the attention of most all of our U-Pick customers. The large blooms of this dahlia are a true standout and will surely add a playful and dynamic look to any arrangement. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Another great bicolor dahlia, this eye-catching variety is known for its vibrant hot pink petals tipped in bright white, which create a bold, high-contrast bloom. The slightly lacinated edges on the petals of this dahlia creates almost a shaggy look, helping to drive home the fuzzy in its name. Fuzzy Wuzzy's bicolor blooms and textured petals make it a whimsical addition to any garden. Feline Yvonne. Similar to the more commonly known American Dawn, Feline Yvonne is a vibrant raspberry pink bloom that commands attention. Its beautiful form and intense color make it a standout bloom, and its strong, sturdy stems make it a reliable variety to grow for cut flowers. Verone's 1430. A bit of a rare gem, this dahlia took some work to track down. A beautiful shade of orange sherbet, I just love how the lacinated petals of this bloom layer together to create a uniquely shaggy look. Petals surround a more pronounced green center, adding more depth to this already captivating bloom. So dinner plate dahlias are known for their exceptionally large blooms, often 8 inches or more in diameter. These blooms are big, bold, and are perfect if you want a show-stopping flower that's guaranteed to grab attention. While I personally find dinner plate dahlias more cumbersome to incorporate into garden bouquets, there's no denying how captivating these dahlias truly are. Just one bloom is often enough to generate a lasting impression. Our small flower farm focuses heavily on producing mixed bouquets, hence why we often grow dahlias with more manageable bloom size. However, if your focus is on wedding work or large-scale installments and arrangements, you may find dinner plate dahlias to be especially useful. While I suspect that we'll trial more dinner plate dahlias in our field in the future, for now, the one variety we currently grow is none other than the popular Cafe au Lait. Cafe au Lait is the queen of dinner plate dahlias. This variety features creamy blush blooms that vary slightly in color, from soft ivory to romantic shades of peachy blush. Its dreamy color combo combined with its large, fully doubled blooms make it a stunning focal flower that brings sophistication and elegance wherever it's planted. So water lily dahlias are aptly named as they have a flat, open bloom that resembles a water lily. They bring an airy, delicate feel to garden beds and floral arrangements. In my experience, most water lily varieties are upward facing, making them incredibly easy to incorporate into mixed bouquets. Some great examples of varieties that fit into this category include Jerry Hawk, soft romantic shades of pink that fade gently to lighter tips. Known for its classic charm and delicate beauty, this dahlia adds a graceful touch to any setting. Southern Belle. Similar in color and form to Jerry Hawk, Southern Belle features beautifully saturated pink blooms. With hints of yellow at its center, it's a color combo that makes a great addition to any garden. My Forever. A warm blend of goldeny orange, the large blooms of this dahlia are one of a kind. Its captivating beauty works well in mixed bouquets. With its long, strong stems, this dahlia is a reliable performer that is sure to delight. Collarette dahlias are known for their distinct petal structure, a ring of larger outer petals with a smaller collar of inner petals around the center. These playful flowers add charm and variety to arrangements. One such example of this kind of dahlia is the variety Pooh. Truthfully, this was a dahlia variety that I avoided growing for many years. The red and the yellow colors of this bloom were just something that never interested me. However, we grew it this past season, and I learned a beautiful lesson of why it's important to try new things. After just one season, I'm smitten with this dahlia. It's a whimsical variety with red-orange petals surrounding a golden yellow center. Its vibrant colors add a surprisingly playful touch to both the garden and floral bouquets. Despite its open center, the petals of this dahlia hold on especially well, making it an excellent choice for cut flowers. Continuing on with unique dahlia forms, anemone dahlias are fun in that they have frilly, cushion-like centers with flatter, open outer petals, creating a layered effect. They're perfect for adding texture and whimsy to bouquets. One of my favorites in this category is Mexico. Beautiful lavender petals reflex backwards to highlight a frilly and full center that is dusted with specks of golden yellow. This shorter stature plant pumps out an abundance of blooms all season long on long, strong stems. This variety's bold colors and dynamic petal structure is truly captivating and a must grow. Polka. Rich, creamy petals brushed with streaks of raspberry connect to encircle a large, fluffy golden center. Its unique texture adds an element of playfulness to floral arrangements, and its soft, romantic coloring and unique bicolor petals, well, it creates a burst of gentle beauty wherever it's featured. Keeping all the dahlia classifications straight can prove difficult at times. Thankfully, stellar dahlias are easy to remember, as they get their name from their overall shape, which, not surprisingly, is star-like. These dahlias are classified by their unique star-like appearance, with narrow, pointed petals that give each bloom a distinctive, eye-catching shape. I personally think that they are perfect for adding diversity to your dahlia collection. Both of the stellar dahlias that I have experienced growing are strikingly similar, with a few key differences. Starting with Gets Crazy. A beautiful contrasting bicolor dahlia, its golden yellow petals are framed by a rich purplish red underside. Large blooms are well supported by the strong stems of this large dahlia plant. Thanks to its prolific nature, this dahlia is an excellent performer in the garden. Now, Crazy Legs is similar in color to Gets Crazy, just with a more reddish hue. The most notable difference is that Crazy Legs has a much smaller bloom size. Medium-sized 4-inch blooms in that same recognizable star shape bloom abundantly all season long. Crazy Legs is a lively textured bloom with its warm yellow petals and red accents. It adds a sense of fun and play to garden arrangements. So last but not least, novelty form dahlias is a category that embraces dahlia varieties with unconventional and visually striking features, setting them apart from more traditional dahlia forms. For instance, these sort of dahlias can have quilled petals, split blooms, or other unique characteristics that defy the typical dahlia classifications. Now, one specific example that we grow in our garden is Valley Porcupine. The small blooms of this dahlia feature uniquely quilled petals that curl inward, effectively creating a spiky porcupine-like appearance. The blooms themselves are a soft blend of creamy white and light pink. The sharp edges of each petal are accented with a deeper, more saturated punch of raspberry, adding depth and visual interest. It's a one-of-a-kind bloom that commands attention in all the best ways. Now, I want to emphasize that this is just a short list of dahlias. There's actually many more forms that I have not included in this video, like lacinated dahlias, cactus, and more. I'm sure that with enough time, I'll make my way through all the different types of dahlias. I mean, if you can't tell, I find dahlias to be a rewarding flower to grow. With their vibrant colors, unique shapes, and long blooming season, there's lots to love. And no matter whether you're drawn to the structured beauty of ball dahlias, the dramatic flair of dinner plates, or the elegance of decorative varieties, there's a dahlia for every gardener. My encouragement to you, if you're new to growing dahlias, is to start with a few of your favorites and watch as they become the highlight of your summer and fall garden. I hope that this list of my favorite dahlia varieties inspires you to try something new in your garden this year. If you have any favorites that didn't make the list, leave a comment below and let me know what you're growing. I'd love to hear from you. Now, that is all for me. I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And as always, I can't wait to catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.